Hey, tractor people. So, I'm going to go in about how to bleed your fuel system on this tractor. So I'm not a big, and this is a L4400. I'm not a big diesel guy. As a matter of fact, I think it's probably the first diesel engine I've ever owned. And I guess diesel are a little bit different than other things, but water is kind of a bad enemy. Now, most of your fuel filters has a ring in it that floats on Kubotas. And when you see this floating, you know there's water at the bottom. So this is kind of like a water catch thing before it goes into the system. And I noticed there was some little debris and stuff at the bottom here. And so I pulled this off, cleaned it out, and put it back on. Pretty simple process. You just unscrew this. Some people I've seen use a screwdriver and pliers. I just grabbed it with my hands and I untwisted it, pulled it out. Make sure to turn off your little peacock to off so your fuel doesn't run out. You'll know your fuel's not off when you take it off and the fuel starts spilling. But anyway, so I took this out and put it back in, and then the tractor wouldn't start. And I looked everywhere how to bleed the air system, because diesels, if you get air in there, when you take this off, there's air that gets in the system, and evidently this is somewhat of a closed system, anti-air, vapor lock, whatever. But you can't get air in the system. So I looked online for how to bleed the air out of the system, and some people were pointing to this knob right here. And I went, that looks like an oil filter cap. I don't think that's not the freaking knob. I couldn't believe it. There's a picture that points to this thing. This thing comes off, and it is a rubber grommet to where I fill up engine oil. And there's actually pictures on the internet that points to that, saying you need to spin that to bleed the system. What you need to spin is the thing that's right above it. And that is, looks like a little shirt with a button on it. Trying to keep everything out of the way in the camera. Right there, that little thing. This is a knob that twists. Okay, there's a nut behind it. Somebody said take a screwdriver and loosen a nut behind it. You don't need to do that. On this tractor, others may be different. You just spin this. This is the air valve. You spin it counterclockwise, lefty-loosey, to loosen up. It lets the air bleed out, and then you close it. And mine wouldn't start. I was like, what the hell? How do I get that thing? And I tried. I looked online and everything. Finally, I called the guy that sold it to me, and he goes, oh, right above it, there's a little thing that looks like a button. He goes, just twist that. He goes, and start your engine, turn it over. So you open it, turn the engine over. It'll sound like it's trying to start. Mine started almost immediately once I opened this. It would not run before. As soon as I opened this, it started. And then after it runs for a little bit, you'll hear it kind of settle down, and then you just kind of squeeze it and close. Now, some people are saying you have to close it after you turn the engine off. Other people are saying, no, you can close it while it's running. All the air's out, and then when you close it, it creates the vacuum. An air bubble gets in there. It goes, But a lot of the people say open it, start it, let it run for 30 seconds, turn the engine off, close it, and then restart it. I don't know why they did that. I did not do that, and mine worked fine. If somebody wants to tell me that's very bad and I shouldn't, I'll pin the comment so other people know not to do it. But here's how I cleared up my problem. It wouldn't start. I loosen this, turn the key, let it turn over. It started up. I let it run for about 5-10 seconds. And while it was running, I simply tightened this down. And then just to make sure I had it all, while it was running, I re-loosened this, let it run while it was open, and then I reclosed it, all while it was running. Fires up, works perfect. That's how you bleed the air on a Kubota L44. This is a 2009 model, and I couldn't find a video on it anywhere. So there's all kind of tractors in different ways, and every one of them is different. I mean, if Kubota, I don't think Kubota could make it more difficult to work on their tractors if they tried. Every tractor is different. When I call about this tractor, does it have a hydrostatic? Does it have a standard? Does it have this? Do you have that kind of fuel pump? All those are different, so it depends. And I gotta ask 50 questions. I can't just say I have a Kubota. This is the model, and this is what we got. And of course, I called the dealership in Gainesville. What a freaking joke! The manager was like, oh man, you people shouldn't be messing with your tractors. That's why you cause problems. You need to bring it in. You could have created all kind of problems. There could be, you don't mess with engines like that's why you have us do it, and it's professional. He goes, I can't really talk you through it because I can't see the problem. I called Dan, the guy that sold it to me, in 10 seconds. He was like, move up, see the button, twist it, do that, and it started. And I was on the phone for 30 minutes with Gainesville with him giving me 101 excuses on how I must have lost something. It doesn't sound like it's put together right. There must be something wrong. I need to bring... It was just I'm so tired of dealerships always trying to take advantage of their customers. You would think manufacturers would tell dealerships to knock that off, but they don't. So anyway, I'll drive for 40 miles before I bring it up to Gainesville because I had such a horrible experience with that service guy just telling me how stupid I was because I took the fuel filter off and removed the water, and that I should have never done that. I should have brought it to them and whatever. All right. Hopefully that helps. We'll end that there.